Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to reading for March 2020. You have this wolf. It says, turn knowledge into wisdom. Yeah, so if you're like working on anything, new project, new business, new ideas, then I do feel it's saying it's time to make that like 110% commitment, because that's what will lead to the most success. And you also have that card that says turn knowledge into wisdom. Knowledge is learning and just knowing something and wisdom is putting it into practice. I always like to use the example of like if you go to another country, let's say you learn Spanish, right? But then you go to like Peru, there's going to be, you're going to do really well. Like if you know Spanish and you're pretty fluent or whatever, certain, cultural things in each, Latin American country that are different between every single country. So it's like you can learn something like a language, but until you actually put it into practice and you're like boots on the ground learning, in somewhere where you're actually where you're in the environment, that's where you really learn, right? That's where you gain the wisdom. So, I feel for a lot of you that this is saying that you are kind of needing, it's like a lot about something, but it's time to kind of, equivalent to, learning slang words in another language, right? Or something like that. So I kind of feel that's what's going on here in this reading. You have the Death card, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Death card can represent a transformation. I do feel that there was, by the way, this right here, I would be careful of a past person. This comes up for you in every single reading, Capricorn. And, what I would say here is I would just like look out for it. So I'm sure you're sick of the story as well. But what I would say is, again, it shows up in every single reading. So, again, don't kind of like a weird story. And to me, it looks like they want to communicate here. But again, I'm not saying you should communicate. I don't think you should communicate. This person looks very toxic. Again, lately, I've had Capricorn saying like, oh, you must have been cheating on or whatever. I'm like, no, like literally the cards are right here on the table. It's like, this is not something I'm making up or pulling out of my ass here, Capricorn. So if it's not your story, it's not your story, right? Move along. But clearly there's something going on here. Simple. I feel like someone is coming in telling you that they were scared or they were frightened or whatever. It's like, okay, well, you're an adult. Get over it, right? So I would just move on, plain and simple. You have the Ace of Cups, which looks like new love anyway. So I feel like there could be a new connection coming in for you. It could be an earth sign, another earth sign. I would say you have the Hermit here, which was building and leaving a legacy. It seems to me like a lot of you could be very focused on building more. Some of you could have lost something that you thought was going to be long term. You were kind of like left out in the cold. It looks to me like you're moving on anyway. You have the Six of Swords, Six of Cups. You have a student card. It looks to me like you are moving forward. I feel like you look at this as a learning lesson and you're just moving on. For most of you, though, again, I feel like you're kind of improving or working on improving your financial stability. I feel like you're worried about money and you shouldn't be, is what I feel like saying as well. So you have the Ten of Pentacles. Amazing. You go to that Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses, but I also see your finances improving. So I would let go of your fears. Let's see what is going on here. With the Death card, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. Two of Pentacles to success for you, Capricorn, over the next 20 years is going to be efficiency. Making sure that you're doubling down on good stuff that's working in your life, all areas of life, not just money, everywhere. And then getting rid of the rest. I think as long as you pay attention to that, you'll be very successful. So there you go. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Told you, new person. Page of Pentacles is communication from a new person. So, there is definitely a person who wants to communicate with you. Look, and it could be an earth sign, obviously. It could be a person who has Capricorn in their chart as well. But I feel that this is something new. There's also something about you learning. Again, this is a card of studiousness. You have the student card at the end. The Ten of Pentacles, by the way, can represent hidden or secret information. I always say that the Ten of Pentacles, the information isn't really hidden or secret. You just have to look for it. So if you're trying to improve any area of your life, just go learn about it. You don't even have to spend money on this. It could be completely for free. There's YouTube videos about, but as long as you learn and you try new things, then you will be very successful. That's what I would be doing here. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. It's kind of funny. I do feel like you're about to discuss things. So, let's say that you have stuck into something. You've started working on that new project or new idea. And now you have to change direction. I feel that this is going to lead to a victory. Look, we go Ten of Swords to the Eight of Wands to the Judgment card here. So it's almost like maybe you got started on a project or a new business idea or whatever it was, and then now you're bringing it to a sudden end, and then this is going to actually lead, I wouldn't say restarting, but letting go of something that you just started so that you can start something else. You have this Rabbit card and this Turtle card in the area of the unexpected. Again, I feel they more like projected their worries onto you here, Capricorn. So I would avoid that. What I would also say is that the Rabbit can also be good. The Rabbit can represent fertility and abundance. And so the Turtle can be about your home or kind of a structure around you. I do feel that some of you are trying to build a more stable structure around you. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, very good card, but it's something we work on for the rest of our lives. We will work on building and leaving a legacy, even, someone who doesn't do much in life. Like even if let's just pretend that we took a person, it's only sitting on a couch, but it's a legacy. So, but I feel like you're trying to build this like a better dream life, or you're trying to build more structure in your life with this Turtle card. It's right now, I think maybe the problem is thinking hard work with the Devil. The Devil is your card, so it's not too bad. I mean, you're showing up as yourself here. This can put you in a position of power and strength. I just think that you don't want to keep, you are trying to release. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It's like going to bed, having a nightmare, and then being stuck in a nightmare. So I feel like some of you feel that there is a part of your story that keeps repeating. I do feel this is in regards to work or your stability with that Ten of Pentacles. And I do feel you're about to change the story, though. You have the Judgment card here, so it does look like things are improving. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card that says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. It wants you to focus on your strengths. So I would make sure that you are focusing on what you're good at. No matter what way we go, if we go this way up to the Hermit, it basically says, the Hermit says that you have all these talents, gifts, skills, and abilities that you need to express to the world. But these are things that you've learned through a difficult period of time. The Hermit has been through a dark night of the soul, and I do feel that you have been through a lot of challenges, and now you're kind of like popping out the other side. My bone to pick with the Hermit is that he needs to express his inner light. Like whatever he has learned, he needs to express it into the world so that he can get credit for what he has been through. You have the Ten of Swords here. On one hand, I feel that you feel that something is dead, done, over with if this is a past relationship. And the Ten of Swords also represents a blessing in disguise. He's making the symbol with his hand right here, and it represents a blessing. And it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card. So I kind of get more of a little bit of like a blessing in disguise type of vibe here based off of some sort of ending. Are you kidding me? There you go. So there's clearly some sort of blessing coming in for you. It's like you've conquered the devil. I really feel you have. For some of you, this could be personal, like maybe you had some bad habits or something that you have conquered inside yourself. I feel really good about this. If this could have been a person as well. And I feel like you are like the first person to, kind of, I don't want to say beat this person, but, I feel like you are the first person that this person has not been able to control. And I kind of get the vibe of a person, if this is a past person, I get the vibe of a person who just collects a lot of people that can't let them go. It's like they need they need energy sources of people who can't let them go, that are always like texting them, wanting them back, and all this other BS. It's like you're the first person that has not done that, is the vibe I get here if this is about love. For all of you, I feel there are clearly blessings coming in for you. I literally said it on the Ten of Swords, and there you go. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Chariot. Yeah, see, you're moving on. You're moving forward. We go this way. Death says you've transformed. We go down to the Chariot, moving forward to the Eight of Wands. Quick success. So I feel that there is success coming in for you because you've decided to move away from something. Also interesting in this reading, he has this city behind him. That city represents an establishment. Some of you could be moving, but like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, I get this story popping into my head. This might not be for all of you as well, but I get this story of someone who has just started something, new idea, new business, new job, whatever. It's like you just get stuck into something is the word I want to use as well, and you're realizing it's not right and that you have to make a change. You have to go to that next thing. And I feel like you should look at this as a good thing, not a bad thing. It's like all companies, all great companies started as one thing and then turned into something else. There's so many stories of, I think like PayPal originally was like one thing, then it turned into PayPal. So, a lot of companies kind of pivot, right? And I almost feel that's what's going on here, is that some of you are about to pivot. Even if you've invested time, effort, energy into something, you're about to make this pivot. And I feel like this pivot is going to be like, you're not losing anything here, is what this is saying. If this pivot thing is making sense to you, you're not losing anything. I feel you're actually have way more to gain in the pivot. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords. It's like you see why now something had to come to an end. So I feel that if this was a past relationship, it's like you're just seeing that it had to come to an end for whatever reason. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Loyal Heart card. There you go. You have this Thinker card as well. I feel that there could be something like a new connection coming in for you, a loyal person. I would definitely be careful of overthinking it. You have the Nine of Swords as well. Nine of Swords, again, is a never-ending nightmare, but I also feel the Nine of Swords is, believe it or not, Capricorn, I feel that Nine of Swords is an opportunity that's coming in for you. And that might sound weird, but I feel like there is an opportunity for you to kind of overcome something. And, that might sound scary, but it's not. I don't think this is something scary. I think that this is like, maybe you have a habit of, building your work to a certain level and then running away, or, maybe you have a habit of letting people walk all over you in work or something like that. It's almost like the Nine of Swords. I'll just show you. It's almost like the Nine of Swords is saying that you are getting the opportunity to stand up for yourself, or you're getting the opportunity to overcome something that is part of your story. You are getting a chance to change your story. That's probably the most powerful part of the reading, honestly. I think that all earth signs are getting an opportunity to change their story, and I would take advantage of it, Capricorn. So again, if there is something that you have a habit of repeating, if there's something that you have done multiple times, or if you're like afraid of this, that, or the other thing, seems to me like you are going to, it's almost like you're going to conquer something here. You have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is quick success. So I do feel like you are finding success quickly in something. The Eight of Wands is also momentum. Every single reading that I do for you, Capricorn, there is something about momentum. I just think that momentum is what you have learned. Saturn and Capricorn in starting in 2016. You've been dealing with Pluto and Capricorn, which has taught you, momentum, or like maybe the need to continue to have momentum in your life or something like that. So, I really feel for a lot of you, that could be what's going on here with the Eight of Wands. You have the Hermit. The Hermit is, kind of coming out of hermit mode. The Hermit is standing at the top of this mountain. He's been through a dark night of the soul, and now he is shining his inner light. So I feel for a lot of you, this is kind of about you needing to shine your inner light, or, you needing to show the world what you're made of as well, which I'm pretty sure I've said to you before. With the Hermit, are you kidding me? You have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, conquering this challenge here. Well, it's like you already have conquered it. You have the Hermit, which says, and the Hermit is funny enough standing over the Nine of Swords. So I kind of feel like some of you already have conquered a challenge, or you already have overcome something that's been very challenging, but, it's going to lead to the Ten of Pentacles. It does not surprise me that Capricorn would be working on a Ten of Pentacles right now. I literally feel this is what you're here to do right now, is to build, leave a legacy. Whatever that means for you. You are here to build something great, and it looks like you're doing it. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. Again, if there was ever a time where you could change your situation or turn your situation around, it would probably be right now with the Temperance card. You have with the Eight of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is a knight in shining armor, so definitely could be love coming in for you. And this could be a person who is going to sweep you off your feet. So, going this way here, I feel like there's a new person. It could be an earth sign, could be a water sign, but earth and water always stand out to me for you. Also fire. You don't have any fire in this reading, but I'm pretty sure in some of your past readings, you've had you have had fire. You have this in the area of the good stuff. You have this luck card. It says anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. Are you kidding? Like, I would get started on whatever you're thinking of working on. If you believe that you're lucky, you'll create an abundance mindset. You have a student that says read books on finance to expand your knowledge, going to school to expand your skill set, or working for a school district. I feel that you've learned a lot, and now it's time for you to, show the world what you have learned. But again, like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, it's almost as if this is saying you have to get boots on the ground. You have to get into the environment of what it is that you've been learning about. You have to put it into practice, because I think you are going to see that, there's something about like being on top or conquering something here. Again, it's like, I really wish I had something better to say to you, Capricorn, but it's almost as if you are seeing people who do what you want to do or what you're thinking about doing with your life. And I feel like you're saying to yourself, like, I know more, or I'm better than them, or whatever. And I feel like that's true, but it's not true if you don't take action. I feel like I said this to you recently as well. So again, I would start taking action. You have the Six of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Judgment card. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores. So I definitely feel that you are moving on to calmer shores. I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons. You've definitely, the past 20 years has probably been a lot of lessons for you, Capricorn, a lot of challenges, and now you are bringing those challenges forward. You're not bringing those challenges forward. You're bringing the knowledge, the wisdom, what you've learned forward. And now it's time to put into practice what you have learned over the past many years. You have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can be a soulmate, so I don't feel this is someone from the past. I feel you're attracting new love, a new person who is probably going to be a soulmate, a much deeper connection for you. So I really like the Six of Cups for you. I feel a lot of happiness as well. Again, if you're attracting a person, I think this is much more, easy breezy, cover girl type of connection here. Something that's just easy. I would say I don't think relationships are necessarily easy. You have to put work in, but I think there's a much nicer flow. You have the Judgment card. Judgment is about waking up to something new. And again, I feel that I do feel like it is judgment time. I feel it's time to, I've been saying a lot that the proof is in the pudding, right? So if you've learned something and you really know what you're doing, it's time, it's judgment time in the sense that it's time for you to show the world what you're made of. It's time for you to put something into practice that you've been learning. It's time for you to, get your rewards for the lessons that you've been through. But, to get those rewards, it's almost as if you have to show the world, the universe, that you've learned the lesson. With the Six of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Pretty good, because it's coming up in the area, the good stuff, next to the Ten of Pentacles. So clearly you are building more structure in your life. And I also feel that you are, it's like you are creating much more solid connections and situations in your life. Yeah, with the Six of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups, definitely a strong love connection if you are hoping for love. With the Judgment card, you have the King of Cups. I thought you had the King of Cups twice, so I guess it was the Knight of Cups, but definitely could be a strong love connection coming in for you. Could be any sign, you have like everything here, but could be any sign coming in for you. I feel it's a very loving, kind, caring person, and again, I kind of feel it's much more easy breezy, as I was saying. Yep, are you kidding? You have the Status card. The Status card is my fancy couple card, so definitely a, kind of like a good person coming in for you. I feel like some of you have known this person for like a year or something like that popping into my head. Again, I don't trust psychic timing at all, but, I have something here popping into my head that maybe you became aware of this person like last year. For some of you, it could be like a person through work or a person in your social circle. Maybe they joined your social circle over the last year or so, and definitely a good person if you're looking for love. You have this Lost card. This is Saturn and Pisces. We have Saturn and Pisces right now. I don't really feel this is a bad loss. I think this is, something that's dead, done over with. Ten of Swords in your life, like a past person, and you're just moving forward. That's it. I feel like you're just kind of letting it go. Next, you have this Assertion card. It could be an Aries coming in for you, by the way. This is Aries, but what I would say here is that I feel it's time for you to be very assertive. It's like I don't know how to say this either, Capricorn. I'm at a loss for words in your reading today, but you know how to do certain things. And I think kind of what's popping into my head, this is going to sound weird, but bear with me. I have this like thing popping into my head where it's almost like people say things to you, like as if they're trying to teach you something. And you're like, I know already. It's like it almost like in a, I don't think people are being condescending on purpose, but it's almost like you feel that they are being condescending, not in a bad way, but just like, but you already know things, and it's like I feel like you want to say, I know more than you to some of these people in your life, and I feel like this is saying, well, it's time for you to prove that. It's like you do know more, but I feel like you have to demonstrate this. You have to, take action on your ideas or whatever the case may be. You have this Exaltation card. Yeah, it's a blessed time for you here, Capricorn. Now, this card just represents it being a blessed time for you to, receive your blessings. You have this authority card, which reminds me of the Hierophant. So some of you could be meeting a person that you're going to marry, but pretty good reading here, Capricorn. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.